Squad, Joe, listen to this pod show. Worldwide, bro, you know how the vibe go. Facts and law, we give it to you real and raw. Facts and law, yeah, we give it to you real and raw. Real and raw, real and raw.
Oh, yo, and with that being
what's up, Joe?
said, yo, we're back with another one.
Another one.
The Facts and Law Pod Show.
Yeah.
It's not a podcast, it's a pod show.
You
got to see this flyness.
Y'all know what time it is. What's up, Joe?
I just wanted to
How we
say it.
feeling, man?
Always wanted
We
to
the
say
good
that.
mood today, huh? I see you, baby, in a good
Hey,
bro, in a good mood.
I ain't got to work long hours
Oh,
tomorrow.
yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, buddy.
So I'm
Like
happy.
some joints you got there,
Thank
sir.
you, man. I like your hat. I like your shoes.
Appreciate it, man.
I like
Hey.
your sweats. I like your jean jacket. I like your chain.
My dog, bro. Yo, check it. You know this hat is my Burberry shirt for the baby shower. This my
That was
hat.
a while ago, right?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
my son,
Yeah.
Almost 5. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The baby shower when we found out I finally had a boy.
Oh,
You feel me?
cool.
And this hat I had bought for it. You know what I'm saying? I got it on
I
the
still
first
got my
try.
friend little pin up there.
You know I did that.
Really? You created it for them?
Yeah, that's for us. That's
didn't know that.
that's my team.
I didn't know that. Them
Shout out
little
Forever Fly.
Forever Fly,
You
yeah.
did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mitch, Tron, Mark. Hey, all my
Yeah,
boys.
all of 'em.
Yeah. But what's up, y'all? Who we
What's
got on the
up?
house?
What's up?
I'm excited.
Oh, before we do that, go do the rundown.
Oh yeah, you know, this your first time checking us out. Shame on you. Please hit the subscribe, hit the like, share this joint. Free 99. All the above.
Comment,
You know what
too.
I mean? Comment. You know what's gonna happen if you comment
You
some
already
craziness.
Yeah.
And y'all already know we doing this thing organically, building this thing brick by brick.
That
by
organic
brick.
shit.
With that being said, I am excited for the show we have today.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and
Yeah.
introduce our guest?
So, yeah, first off, to my immediate left, we have a fellow Condor in the building.
Commodore.
Miss Angie, introduce yourself. Don't play with us,
Sing the
cuz.
song.
Don't play with us, cuz. Miss Angie, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Angie D. Lee. I'm an intimacy coach, and I help modern couples reignite passion, pleasure, and connection. in their relationship.
Shit.
Right.
Damn,
And then
I
to the left of Miss Angie, we have a friend of the show, Miss KT. But
Making a second appearance.
he's taking appearance, but something a little different this time. What is it? What could it be, right?
I don't know.
Go ahead, flex on him then.
I'm
Lil
not even
Blau.
sure what he's talking
You
about.
feel me, right, Miss
Whatever do you mean?
Miss KT? Hey, is the ink dry?
The
The ink ain't even dry on that.
I
Congratulations
blew it
again.
though. I blew it though.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Well, you blew that.
Thank you.
Well, you're a married woman. You can't say stuff
I
like
blew that too.
Oh, yeah, listen. The homie is married now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Congrats
thank y'all,
again.
thank
You
y'all.
dig? I love to see
Thank
it.
y'all for
We gonna
having
keep
me.
pushing it all
Yes.
through this joint. You
For
dig?
sure.
Let's get it.
Yes.
What's up, y'all?
Man, I'm good.
Yeah, good. Enjoying yourself thus far?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we know
I'm
we
ready.
like.
I'm ready to hit. You know, as a newlywed, y'all from the last show, I'm very open and honest, and very flexible about things. So it ain't too much that can be said that was like shock me, but I'm very intrigued now that I'm a new wife and all. And there's some different things.
What you intrigued about?
I'm trying to see how she about to.
Oh,
Wait, how many years you said? 18?
I'm very
I'm
intrigued
just
myself.
trying to make it better.
So with that being said, first I got two questions.
Yes.
First, where you from?
Chicago.
Chicago. What side? South side.
South side.
Ooh, but
I mean, it's good. It happens.
that's okay. You know.
That sound like
Hey,
my
listen.
husband.
This is what I will say though. This is what I will say. Listen, if you want a good husband, find him on the west side. You feel me? You feel me?
You just said 18 years, right?
18
But I
years.
still want to know what makes you an expert at
Yeah.
intimacy.
A guru.
A guru.
No, I feel
Guru.
you.
Yeah, what
That's a whole
makes you
nother
a guru?
Yes. Well, you know what? When we think of the term guru, because I think
Mhm.
with social media and stuff, we think that this is like, you know, just somebody walking around with just perfection and they just like sliding on a cloud and, you know, but a guru just means teacher. That's the exact definition.
Okay.
And really what I do is I teach people how to connect and to be closer in their relationships. That is it. That is all. On an emotional, physical, mental, spiritual level. So that's what I do. And as far as like the expert part of it, I've been married 18 years.
Gang, gang.
I really understand the ebbs and flows and the different cycles that we go in relationships. And I've worked with a lot of couples too, so I'm combining a lot of personal as well as professional experience. My background is in social work. I've been in social work since 2004, so it's been a minute. And so I've combined a lot of that experience along with working with families and children and then in couples. So that's
what's up.
Where I'm at today. So.
Yeah, she wanted a few standing this like myself. We, what I'm saying, high school with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
High school with it. So it's a bond. It's a few of us. I see. I know a few of us from the school. That's like, okay, I see y'all.
Right.
We salute. It's our people. You feel me? Because don't nobody know it like us. You feel me? Right. Real shit. That's what's up.
So,
Oh yes.
what led you to become an intimacy guru?
I would say, again, my background is in social work. So a big part of my work experience was actually working with children. I worked in foster care, domestic violence, school social work. And that's one thing that I noticed, that a lot of kids are just not growing up in these environments that are healthy, intimate, environments, whether it's with their parents, their siblings, their cousins, extended family, school, community, all of those things. And it plays out in their relationships, like even as they navigate dating, in high school and further, after that. And you carry that stuff with you. And if we're really honest, all of us carry a lot of stuff from our past into our relationships. And that's really what made me really get into it. Is the more I work with children, then I started working with the parents. And I'm like,
so I see where it comes. Yeah. Makes sense.
And now I'm kind of fusing the two. But then I was like, wow, but if I can really work with the couples, how beneficial would it be if two people are like really vibing and learning how to like communicate and deal with conflict resolution and love on each other? What does that do for their families? So it's like low-key, like I'm kind of doing it from the back door, so to speak, but intimacy is really the main focus. So
and the kids see that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The kids
For
see
sure.
how a healthy relationship works.
Yeah.
I was literally having that conversation with my daughter on the phone on the way here. You know what I mean? I'm like, you have to, when you choose somebody, you have to pay attention to what they saw, because that's going to give you an indication on how they're going to react in scenarios, what they're going to, do in these type of situations, or if they even know the importance of family and a tight knit family. So I feel you.
This summer, because I work for a youth center, so this summer I did my first event, and it was titled "Let's Talk Communications," and it was geared towards bridging the gap between parents and their children in communications. And so we had just a couple of different activities for the parents and the kids to do together, because whereas we as adults, we have so many things going on our own lives, we forget we have kids, and that affects them, because a lot of the parents that we had coming in, we noticed when we would tell them about the behaviors of their children and try to just communicate ways they can help us help them. I had this going on and that, and it's like, and we do, and we get it. But these children are looking at you and the things that you have, and so you want us to help your child, but we can't, because you're not even helping. And so it was a great event to have, because it did allow them. We did love languages with the parents and the kids, and then a lot of other different activities that allowed them to say, "Oh wow, I didn't know this about you." So that is definitely important. But I think you're doing it in the right steps, because if the parents don't get it, we could talk to the kids all day long, but mom and dad don't even know. So when they go home, everything we just said,
calling each other all kind of MFs, stupid
for
bitches.
real.
You feel me?
Yeah, right.
But hey, in your definition, your opinion, or it may be fact, because a lot of people think intimacy just means sex. You know what I'm saying? So in your definition, let us know what intimacy means to you.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because I was going to say that a lot of times when I tell people I'm an intimacy coach, like that's the first thing they look at.
You come with the toy bag and all.
Okay, don't get it twisted.
That ain't all I do, right?
We don't get into that, But the main thing is intimacy. Like the definition of intimacy is literally about closeness and a familiarity. That's it. Like even this right now, this is an intimate setting. We're sharing space. We're going to be, kind of diving deeper and kind of talking about things that are a little bit more intimate to, each of us. So this is an intimate setting. So there's levels to it. But like when you think of intimacy, you think of like the 4 areas: the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual. And so that is really what intimacy is. And I focus on all of those areas when I'm working with couples, because a lot of times they may come in the door like, okay, yeah, you know, we ain't having sex as much as we used to, and sex is whack, or he ain't doing this, she ain't doing this, you know. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, we're going to discuss that. But first of all, how do y'all even relate on a regular basis? Like, I'm trying to understand how y'all going to get from swinging from chandeliers when y'all don't even talk after work every day, you know. So it's possible, but it's not usually the norm. So we dive into a lot of those areas first, because a lot of people are still carrying a lot of preconceived notions. They're carrying childhood experiences around sex and maybe abuse, or and not even that extreme. Sometimes they're just carrying, you know, experiences from the past that's keeping them guarded or blocked, or they assume the opposite. Like, I want to do all of these things because this is what I'm used to, you know, with all the people I've been with, and I'm with you and you ain't doing nothing, you know. So we talk about all of that, and it takes diving into all of those areas too. But that's what intimacy is, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Look, man, you know,
I tend to like believe what you said. As far as like me myself, I grew up with just my mom, so I didn't see nobody loving and hugging and kissing on my mom and stuff. So I'm learning. I'm still learning. At 38, I'm still learning how to. I tell you, my wife will probably say, I suck. Like, she loved me, but I suck. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is awesome. You know what I'm saying? I would love, like, for real, I might have to set up a session, because it's things that I need to learn. And, you know, women, this is my opinion. Women, y'all, it's like y'all expect us to know like what to do. And just like, if we don't do it, y'all get mad. You know what I'm saying? So
even if we tell you, sometimes y'all still act like that.
I mean,
I'm trying to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes some processing too. You know, something to do. It's like, okay, give me a minute.
Now you know you, baby, that was good. Now you know you got to do that again next week, right? Put it on your calendar. Set an alarm.
Sometimes it takes a woman to teach a man how to love them.
Because I think it goes both ways. Like, real talk. I told my boy this: if your woman is not doing something that you like or don't know, have you said something about it?
Right.
Closed mouth don't get fed. How are you supposed to know it? You know what I'm saying?
And vice versa.
It worked both ways. You know what I'm saying? That's a situation where the responsibility is on both parts.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
See what
I see
there,
that
you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. But they don't even know. They don't even know. That was before the show. But y'all, we here. That's that synergy. You feel me?
Man, yeah. So man, because I know growing up, man, I probably like ruined a whole bunch of probably good relationships. No disrespect to my wife, but you know what I'm saying?
You just didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like, I probably was horrible because I ain't know. I ain't know anything. I'm learning as I go.
I think with that, the most important thing to that, and I'm not no guru, I ain't no expert, but
you know, I ain't no expert.
You
see the plug?
Shout out to my podcast. I'm no expert, but I ain't no expert. But
I like that. I see what you did there.
I just had to look further.
But yeah, don't tell us, newlyweds. You feel me?
No, but it's more so not us just telling you, but you also wanting to know, right? And actually wanting to do those things, and not just for the moment, right? Really wanted to create that space where, okay, now I want to take this to another level. I want her to walk in the door and just surprise her. Now I don't want it to be like, oh, this is nice. I want her to start expecting this, to start knowing that this is what's gonna happen, and that I'm actually listening versus, okay, babe, what you want me to do, and then you're doing it. And not having to say, and then after a while, like she said, because it has to become repetitive. After a while, now I don't have to tell you. And now I'm even more, turned on in the right. So it's like, damn, I ain't have to tell him this time. He just ran the backwood already, So I think it's definitely important in wanting to actually know what your partner is wanting and invest in it, and vice versa for us too. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so on the flip side of that, what do you think about when you doing those certain making up words and shit. When you do those certain things, right, do you think, I think there's a level when it gets taken for granted because you're expected to do that now. That's what you do, so it doesn't have the same effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, it's a lot of layers to that too. I feel like when it comes down to just intimacy in general, intimacy actually really does start with yourself. You know, so like a lot of times it's how do you see yourself? How do you feel like you should be loved and cared for? And it may sound like a little sappy, you know, for some people, but like, do you do that for yourself? Even like whether it's chilling and watching a game, that's your self care. You know what I mean? That's like, even though she may see, you know, a woman may see it like, oh my God, get up, you know, it's like, but that's my space. You know, I have to really learn that too. Like when I see my husband on the couch, what I do is now I give him like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm glad you know what I'm saying, take care of yourself. You know what I mean? But it's just like they need to hear that too. You know, like that. It's okay for them to have a space to debrief and to, you know, feel pleasure, like all of these different things. And so when you're promoting that in your relationship, then it almost makes it to where your partner starts to want to give that back. It's kind of like a twofold thing, you know.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's really something how that works, right?
It's weird because I feel like my wife just, like she waits. She sits there and she waits on me. And it's crazy because I can read this, but it's like something in me is stopping me. And I don't know what the hell that is, but it's stopping me. It's like, I know I'm supposed to do this, this and this. But then sometimes something stopped me like, you soft as hell. I'm just saying, it's like you get that feeling and that shit is crazy.
So what is that?
Well, that's, you know, again, we got to think about like learned behaviors, right? And experiences, things that we've seen growing up. Not sure like who you were around growing up, like other influences, what you heard about different things being soft or, you know, you don't do that. I mean, like, it sounds cliche, but it's really the truth. You know, you all experience that as men. And so a lot of times if that's ingrained in you, until you start to deprogram yourself, it's going to be with you. You know what I mean? It's like, there are things to this day, my husband be like, look, it's how I am, Angie, but I get you. I'm working on that. But it's like that's a part of who
you know.
I am.
I think an important key to that is making sure you have other men surrounding you who want to pour into you too. Because if he would have other men that sitting around thinking the same thing, you know, how can he expect to evolve? Because we can only tell them so much. But certain things they want to hear from their peers, right? So it's important to have another man saying, "Hey, it's cool to feel soft sometimes. That's your wife. It's okay to feel, you know, a certain way. You don't have to feel like, well, if I do this, is she punking me? You know, no, seriously, because like she said, if this is something that you've been had for a long time, you grew up with, and nobody is around you telling you it's okay what you're feeling and it's okay to change, how would you?
No, and I get you, and I think too, like with men, it's like you want them to have communities like that, but we have to be realistic about how they tend to communicate and what, you know, some of the wording and different things like that, because they don't speak, you know, our language like that a lot of times. I think about a time when me and my husband were separated. I remember he went out of town. This was after we got back together, and he went out of town for a game or something. He saw one of his friends, and one of his friends just kind of picked up what was going on, and he was like, dog, I don't know what's going on. I need you to go back home, figure that out with your wife. You know, like, and that was his way of kind of communicating to him, you know.
And so, and I'd agree with that. We're not sitting around talking about our feelings, right? But, you know what I'm saying, there are certain things where we will say, hey, you need to do X, Y, Z. You dig what I'm saying? But it's not, I don't ever feel like it's a situation where we're not communicating about our feelings. But we definitely talk about, hey, what you got going? Like, y'all good? Like, what's up? Like, because we don't, the main thing that I preach is black family. You know what I'm saying? So going forward, I'm gonna tell my boy, like, we had a conversation the other day. I'm like, yeah, you always do this. You know what I'm saying? In different scenarios, and I feel like that's something that I think you can work on. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You feel me? So it's just like, you know, little shit. But we're not talking about how she make you feel, because we don't get. I'm not asking no man about what him and his wife got going on. You dig what I'm saying? It's just not what we do. You dig what I'm saying? If you want to tell me, oh, shit ain't good, I'm gonna give you my advice, but we're not talking about
we just gonna ask.
X, Y. We don't
it's
ask
just
questions like that.
We got more stuff to talk about. Like, hey, this money, the support we gotta do, the kids. You know, it's just different. We talk a lot though. Men talk way more than women give us credit for. I just think they expect us to talk like y'all talk. And to hold each other, like, you know, it's certain things that y'all value out of y'all friendships that's not, we don't care. If my boy tell me, hey, I ain't making this your birthday, whatever.
You don't care.
I ain't tripping on the nigga. Women, it's over.
Right.
Y'all don't be, hey, how many friends, you done lost a friend because of a birthday?
No, but I almost,
Not your birthday.
No, yeah, I was gonna say no, but I almost got cut off.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
That's what I'm
since the 7th
saying.
grade, you know who you are because I'm
feel
sending
me?
you this so you can see it, so you can know who you are.
Right?
Yeah,
You feel me?
I was like, girl, I only been there for you for all these years. This
Like,
one time.
I can't make it to the birthday dinner now. I'm cut off.
Yeah.
I'm blocked.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know another time when women fall out? You just had a wedding.
I did.
It's, all
She
your
was
people,
there.
but all your people was good.
All my people was
Nobody got them
Right.
started acting funny when you. Because listen, look, I be like,
good.
damn.
Everybody was so
yeah.
happy. and
It's-
excited.
That's dope. I was glad. I was a little salty. I'm like, damn, we couldn't get an invite or nothing.
Look, no, for real, but I promise y'all, since we talking about that real quick, we were just going to City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't even telling the kids. We was just gonna show up
Girl, that
and
dress
say,
was...
"Hey y'all, listen, Fashion Nova. Shout out to Fashion Nova. That
Listen,
just came $74.99. I made a reel about it. That just came in the next day.
Look,
that Bell Amazon
That dress
$29.99.
was custom,
It wasn't
super long train.
I got receipts to show you.
Hey, that's fire.
That veil came from Amazon $29.99. That dress from Fashion Nova. The only thing I had to take in was the straps because I'm short. So the straps was a little loose. That's it. His suit, he had to get nothing tailored. It was meant. But my sister, it was originally supposed to be an engagement party. So she like, well, we got to do something. If y'all just gonna go to City Hall, because I only called her to ask her to be a witness. Literally, I know 2 weeks from there, we was gonna have a whole wedding, and so she like, we at least gotta have an engagement party. I'm okay, cool. So I'm calling my friends. My friend Sophia, she said, you know I'm a wedding officiant, right? I was like, you did say that, didn't you? Since we all gonna be together, we might as well
Do it for real.
might as well do it. The family gonna be in town, and literally my sister, shout out to my sister, she did an amazing job. Put that together in a week and 3 days.
Gang shit. That's
All of
what's
that
up,
stuff.
man. I love
That
it.
is nice.
Clap it up
That
on
is
that.
very
You
Yeah,
feel me?
so no.
Look, that dress, that train big and rich. I say, oh, okay. You feel me? I keep it tuned with my people, and I see she posts the bridal joint.
Yeah.
I'll be married to. I say, okay then, let's get it then. You feel me?
Yeah,
I
everybody
love
was
it.
like, when was the proposal? Did you see when I posted that?
Right.
That happened so quick.
Hey,
Yeah.
be like that, and I love it. I love to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Appreciate
cheers
you.
to that. You dig?
Yeah.
Are you considered a therapist?
Yeah, so my background is actually in social work. And so prior to actually doing coaching, I did therapy. The reason why I went more towards coaching is because I noticed that couples were needing like some real solid, like hands-on how-tos. How do I get in here and do this stuff and really start seeing results quicker? And I noticed that more men gravitated towards the coaching program because it was very clear. It was very clear. It's very direct. It's like step by step. Okay, give me that. How much does it cost? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're usually the ones that were paying for it. So it was like, it made a lot of sense. But the buy-in was really good too, because if women are constantly trying to get their husbands or boyfriends to go to counseling, but then they're like, well, I don't know what this entails, and then like, what are we gonna be talking about, and is this gonna be thrown back in my face and all this type of stuff. So with the initial consultations that I would do with couples, I would really kind of talk about the breakdown of the coaching program, which is a 12-week program, and like every like section is based off of something that we're working on, whether it's communication, conflict resolution, sex, and different things like that. So the coaching part to me was a little bit more appealing because in therapy we're constantly going back to the past, constantly talking about what happened in 1997. You know what I'm saying? Y'all weren't even together. And it's like, this is not really serving us at this point. If you need that, then maybe individual therapy would be helpful. But for the couples, let's get in here and like really do some hands-on stuff that you can see the results like even after the first session. That's what I wanted to do. And so coaching just made more sense because it was just like, if I can get people to have a whole different perspective, work on their relationship and see results in 12 weeks, when you pay for that as opposed to sending therapy, like, we could be in this for 2-3 years and I still don't know if this is going to work out. And so it just made more sense, to me. But that's what I see as the difference.
Coming in therapy, playing a blame game every week.
Yeah,
You know
pretty
what I'm
much.
saying? Like,
Yeah. And folks lying, they're not coming.
What is your biggest topic amongst the couples that you deal with in regards to this? Because you said you touch on 5 things.
Yeah.
Which is the most, what is the biggest and which is the most interesting?
I would say the biggest thing is more so perspective taking. That is huge. Like, people are really having a hard time, couples are having a hard time with, like, they really do want the same things, but they're speaking a different language, and then they're not willing to at least empathize with their partners either. It's just like they're just stuck on, but this is what I want it now, I want it like this, and I really don't care what you have to say. So that is something that I see pretty often. So the mindset shift is huge. Like, we go in on that area, because a lot of times if you're not willing to work on that, everything else is just null and void. The most, like you said, intriguing thing.
Yeah.
You know, I would say, I deal with a lot of different couples, not just heterosexual, gay, poly, all cultural backgrounds, and I try to be very respectful of the things that come up, you know, in my sessions, out of respect for the confidentiality. But I will say, there was a time I had a couple where the guy thought his wife was cheating, and he said he found some underwear of hers in their garage. Like, I still don't, long story short, I just, and he said he got the underwear tested and realized, and he realized it was her DNA and it was another man's DNA. And when I tell you, it was so messed up, and they were like, well, we still want to work with you. And I was just like, y'all don't even know, right? I don't even think y'all want to be together. So I'm not sure.
So,
he was invested in that DNA.
I'm following, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So she had dirty drawers in the corner of the garage.
This is what he said.
And he had them tested and found DNA.
It was the craziest thing. I mean, even at the beginning, she first.
That's when you think you heard it all.
They look like us?
No, not at all.
And there you have it, folks.
We ain't going as far as no DNA test. I
mean, we probably would.
We probably would, but
the scenario
it's not that common.
No,
it's not a scenario.
Yeah, no. I'm like, we just still looking at how did the draws even
in the garage?
You know, it just.
I could see how the draws got in the garage. Just the DNA test. You can go that far. The fact that the draws is in the garage is enough for me.
What if they felt? I don't know.
Because why your panties off in the car?
And why you didn't
to fall out the garage in the garage?
He didn't wash them because he wanted the motherfuckers to get tested.
She probably forgot that was in there. She was like, well,
she probably dropped them.
I mean, did this
She probably dropped them.
Right, did this happen in the garage?
No, she probably was leaving. She probably was coming home, got out the car.
Yeah.
Somebody fell out the bag or something.
She forgot she took them off and put them back on.
Well, it could have happened in the car. It could have happened in the garage. It could have been.
At the end of the day,
Time out, y'all. Yeah. How did DNA get in the drawers if the drawers wasn't put back on?
Whoa.
So she had to put them back. That was
them some dirty drawers.
But then when do you take them off?
That's what we trying to see.
It's crazy. And I was so not
is the wash and dry in the garage?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is the
so many questions.
Get in the wash.
Like so many questions.
If you get out the car and drop them,
when did they? Yeah,
you did.
But she swore it down that he was trying to set her up for a divorce and was trying to get all of these things.
Now, if we talk about some Law and Order stuff, some TV stuff, I can see him doing that.
She's like,
you didn't say that.
That's
like trying to set her up for a divorce.
Yeah,
now
he's trying to get all the proof.
That'll make you go to DNA testing. Now, look, Judge, it's a DNA.
But they still wanted to work with you.
Exactly.
Right. So
because
he didn't want no divorce.
You know, we've been separated before. We're back together. I think she's cheating, but I want to make this work. It's just a lot of back.
Like, I bet you.
Just write it
out. Godspeed. I don't know what you need, but it's not me.
It's not me. Yeah.
I want to ask you this.
How you with therapist?
Have a drink.
Hey, do you feel like it's enough black couples that are seeking therapy?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And I would say, well, the majority of the people I work with are black. Okay. And I know that comes from, you know, when they find me and then they see me, you know, just feeling like, okay, I could connect. She probably understands our experiences, and you know. So I would say that is the majority. Under that is Latino, and then under that is actually white, under that Asian.
But that's probably by like happenstance. It's only
Yeah.
3-4%. You know what I'm saying? Of y'all here.
Yeah.
Asian, I can't even believe that.
Right, because it seemed like I know.
Like,
But I mean, it's
I be feeling like, damn.
it's facts and law.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
I be feeling like Asians don't trust us.
No, for real. For real.
And then, you know what I'm saying? I just feel that way. Like,
Yeah.
I think.
So even
I think.
yeah, come for us,
Yeah.
come to you for
But I
it.
would say they are typically biracial.
Oh,
so
okay.
like, you know, Asian and some.
Okay, all right.
And then also probably younger.
Yeah.
You know,
And
younger
that is
generations.
huge.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no 50-year-old Asian couple
Coming to
coming
no
to talk
black
to.
town.
You feel me?
Looking like she dipped
Right.
in shea butter. And
You know, they like,
smelling like a
Right.
non-chocolate
last
insect.
name, you know, it's your last name, but that's not,
With a
you know.
hump on it.
Right?
Right?
You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
Real shit.
There you go. Now, turn around real
But that's
quick.
true about the younger, like that I've gotten an influx.
Yeah, the younger
in.
generation,
the
they
young ones are
like
open.
whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
game for whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That is.
It's good.
Yeah.
But they're more responsible too in terms of relationships and having kids prematurely. They're like, hold on.
I'm seeing that more too, where they just
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know if it's TikTok and all of the things that, you know, they're seeing online, and yeah.
I think more of that is also part of them being afraid of what marriage is, based on
I agree.
everything that they see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, they're like, I feel like they think everything is for therapy. Like, you should go to therapy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
every little thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then also, I feel like it's a lot of young men out here that are afraid to get married because they hear only the horror stories
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They don't see a lot of the success stories. They don't, like we was talking about, they haven't really seen it
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do I want that for myself
Yeah.
if I've never
That is
even
true.
seen how good that could be?
That's
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
That is true, but I also think you shouldn't do this unless you're ready
Yeah.
and prepared. And I don't know. I just feel like the way we going right now,
Yeah.
marriages don't last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, I know you want somebody to get married young. That's cool, but it's hard now, man. It's really hard now. You know what I'm saying? You just can't count on one income, and it's the common folk I'm talking about. So it's like money.
That's always
That's
been
like
the
the
biggest.
biggest
Yeah.
That's always been the
issue.
biggest issue. Yep.
This money thing.
Yep.
And especially to the men, if you ain't got your ass together, don't get married, bro.
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah.
Cause
Don't get married, bro. You shouldn't even be in a relationship. I try to get this advice to my stepson, man. Stop thinking about these girls right now.
How old is he?
He 21. I know it ain't. I already know it's hard. It ain't gonna work. Me telling him this. But if you ain't got no dime in your pocket,
it's gonna be hard.
you don't need no woman, dog. You do not need no woman. You shouldn't even be trying to think about taking a woman out.
Because you got to take care of yourself.
You gotta borrow money.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta,
gotta-
if you gotta borrow money,
Yeah, you struggling already.
Yeah.
if you gotta sometimes say, man, I hope you give me a handout.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even know when your next dollar coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be thinking about no women at all. At all.
This mom went viral. I don't know if you all saw I saw it on Instagram, but I'm sure it was everywhere. I guess some girl was trying to dog her son about first date, and she went on live with her son standing up saying the same thing. Like, you want him to take you out on these $60, $70 dates, but you don't even have money. Like, you don't even have anything, and not just negating her son, but you as well. Like, women, young women, older women are expecting these things from the men, but they can't even, handle themselves. And so she like, my son is 17. Why you think he finna take you to the steakhouse? You know, that's just.
It is not where
It's not. At 17, and for y'all to be broke up next week.
Hey, look, man, y'all, this is fun. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning some shit. You know what I'm saying? You
I
did.
definitely, because when I tell you, man, when you know, that's the thing. Is it crazy when you know that you need help?
No.
You're supposed to know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you there.
But look, no, I'm meaning like you know, but you still ain't got better.
Did you get the help?
World.
Yeah. You get the help.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
That's all you
But a lot of people don't look for help because they like, I know, but now I know I got to do better, so I don't want to tell people I know.
Yeah.
They want to keep the facade of, I don't know that I'm doing wrong, because now people are going to expect them to do differently, and I don't think people be wanting to do that.
Yeah, and it's what you value. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes down to it, what is really important to you? So, I mean, like, and to be honest, you know, when I think about a hierarchy in my own life, family is huge, because I'm like, if we right, I mean, literally everything is almost like, not easy, but it's a lot simpler to navigate.
I don't normally talk about this personal, but I will, right?
I was gonna go there too when you get
just, you know, the holidays can get stressful, right?
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? All, like, even leading up to Thanksgiving, we hosted Thanksgiving. Cool. You dig what I'm saying? That's stressful.
Yep.
We was beefing. You feel me? But by the time we just sat down at dinner and had everybody in the family, you know what I'm saying, over, we eat, and then we make everybody go around and say what you're thankful for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get that, and then we start everybody dancing and having a good time. And it's hard to you can lose sight of the goal.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We had opportunity to really take it in, and it all helps, and it puts it in perspective.
It does.
Like, that little bullshit you mad about.
Yeah.
Look at what we have.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, this is everybody's here for us. We brought all the family together, and that's usually what it is. And those are those things that can really put your ass back in perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Now, had he not had the holidays, right?
Well,
and not just, and I'm saying him because of, but but this happens to a lot of us.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because one thing that I struggle with is breaking. And when I say breaking, meaning I know since you got a little attitude about something or whatever, and I'm like, what's wrong? You try to act like it's nothing, but then now I feel like I should be like, okay, baby, what's wrong? Now I'm like, man, I'm not finna. I done asked you already. What we supposed to do?
Right. Well, you know, this is interesting, because I wrote about something very similar in this book that I have coming out next month.
What's the name of it?
It's actually called The Intimacy Guru. Helping modern couples reignite passion, pleasure, and connection.
Is it going to be on Amazon?
Everywhere?
Yeah,
paperback and ebook. So that comes out next month.
I will be ordering.
But yeah, I talked about that because, like, you know, in the book, without giving too much away, I talk about a scenario of, like, so say, for instance, you know, you're in a relationship, your spouse comes home, your husband comes home, and immediately he's just dumping, talking about his day, work was crazy, you know, like, now they done, you know, got this other guy, gave him a promotion and nepotism, but I've been here, you know, working my ass off and stuff like that. And then your immediate thought is, but you ain't take out the trash all week. That's what I need you to do. But in that moment, he gets frustrated and he's like, can I just have a moment where I, like, kind of just share with you my day? Like, why is it that you're always pointing out what I'm doing wrong? There's a lot of things I do right. And in this moment, you know, it would be nice for you to kind of, like, show me some affection. Like, this is what I need in this moment. And so a lot of times we do get wrapped up in what we're feeling at that moment. But what I suggest in the book is that instead of going straight to, he didn't take out the trash or whatever, there's time for conflict resolution. In this moment, what's the priority? Is it you and some garbage, or what he was dealing with at that moment? Because, see, if he's not with a level head and he's not on his square, what in the world do you think he's going to bring to this environment in this house? That has to be the focus at that moment. And so when you go back and you look at it from a different perspective, okay, maybe his love language is physical touch. When he comes in, let me just hold you for a minute. Just hold you. I ain't going to even say nothing. You go on here, dump. Cool, do your thing. Now let's sit down and talk about a solution. Like, you know, unless you just need some time to just kind of, you know, regroup. I got you. Once he calms down, then it's like, you know what, babe? I noticed the trash whole week. You know, I was going to take it out, but I know how you feel about me taking out the trash. So with that being said, why don't we just talk about that later? Like, you know, how you want to do that. So then that way it's not put in, like, this energy of, like, I'm attacking you. I'm on you all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, at that moment, you have to think about a hierarchy of things. What's most important in that moment? It's not to say you're not going to get back to that. Because, see, a lot of times people think, oh, you know, I'm negating how I feel or what it is that I need. And that's what women tend to feel, because we're givers all the time. Even when men aren't asking us to do certain things. That's another thing we get caught up in. because we're so used to being like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Sometimes he looking like, I didn't even ask you to do that, and then we get upset. We like, he's like, but I didn't ask you to do that. What I wanted was a hug. That's all. And once he got that, then it's like, oh, okay. All right, now, babe, what trash and what else you want? What else you want me to do? You know? But yeah.
Cooking, ain't she?
On my mama.
Yeah.
Oh, so like when you giving that type of advice to the woman, and she taking it in, majority of the time is the woman taking it in, or is she looking at you like?
No, she does. And you know what? Again, it all depends on how I express it. And that's where, like, a lot of men will say, man, Angie, I'm saying the same stuff you saying. I don't understand why she's grasping it from you. But then again, it's my approach. But then they'll be like, but Angie, like, I don't talk like that. Like, I'm straightforward. I do this. I do that. So I have to teach them ways that they still have their voice, but then they're also communicating in a way that speaks to her sensitive side.
Damn.
That's a skill.
Yes.
And that's something you have to learn. That's not something, you know.
And that's why y'all should book a session. You know what I'm saying? We got the guru in here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Like me and my brother say it now. Like we didn't say, I ain't never tell my little brother, oh, I love you, dog.
Yeah.
But now we might say it. You know, like he called me the other day and was like, it's like I ain't know what to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he like, man, I just want to give you your flowers. He like, man, I love you, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm like,
you good, nigga?
Right. What's going on?
You feel me?
But it was weird, and I know it probably was a weird situation for him on the other end. Like, what is he going? Like, I'm on there like, I love you too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right way.
I ain't geek or nothing like that. I was just like, but then I'm just like,
and he probably needed that too. It was something that was going on where he felt he wanted to express that, so he needed to hear that back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's intimacy. Yeah.
I thought I turned it back on.
It's just crazy how we grow, and I be feeling like, you know, with black people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel like we do need to start saying that, saying I love you more. You know what I'm saying? Listen, no homo. My one of my good friends growing up, this nigga tell me, he be like, I love you. When he first said that shit, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, nigga, what you mean?
Right.
I don't say no shit like that. But it's like,
That's just real. Yeah.
and this one of my good, this like I call him like my brother.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
and
know,
he be like, I love you, bro.
Like, right.
I swear to God, every single time
you know, it's
Love you
always,
too.
I got a homie that say it too.
Yeah.
Love you, bro. I love, bro.
Love.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's different.
My husband, every time he on the phone, if he greeting somebody that leave, I love, bro. Even if it's just somebody in passing, they, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, but
it's
I love you,
bro.
bro.
Love.
Like,
with the
but I love you, bro.
Yeah, it's deep.
I'm telling you, when he said that shit, I'm like, I had to pause for a second. This my man's, he ain't gay. I know my man's ain't on no stuff like that. This my man's.
But the fact that was your thought, though.
It's messed. I think it's messed up, but at the same time, you understand what
it is. What it is.
Yeah.
Like, we don't normally go around saying it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And some people are more comfortable with just throwing it out there. Like I know all my homies know I love him.
I love him. Yeah.
But I ain't gotta tell them all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It gets weird. You know what I'm
But for
saying?
somebody who grew up in a household where it was shared,
Right.
it's comfortable for them.
Right.
Yeah, it is. And it wasn't like I told you, it wasn't like that for me growing up. And I'm not trying to throw no shots at my mom because I know my mom loved me to death. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother, she was basically, like I say, single parent. She was working all day. You know what I mean? All day. She working 10, 12 hours a day. Me and my brother, this one back in the day when you could do this, I'm in 3rd grade. I'm getting my brother from like preschool. We going home.
Latchkey kids.
Exactly.
Lock that door. Don't let nobody.
Don't leave back out.
Look, and we snuck out. We snuck out. We wanted to play. We snuck out. And sometimes I think about that stuff, and I think about our kids. Hell no.
No, they ain't.
I ain't gonna be on here telling my business.
Hey, that shit crazy, bro. Hey, look.
No,
look.
I got a 14-year-old.
The things we did, the things we
did.
did back in the day, bro.
Huh?
The things like coming up,
Yeah.
kids,
Bro.
the stuff we did. Can you imagine the kids today doing that type of
But you
stuff?
know, with some kids today doing that type of stuff.
It's still, it ain't.
It probably is in the hood.
Yeah,
In the hood, I believe that. In the hood, and I believe that. But like, I ain't in the hood no more.
It ain't just the
Yeah.
hood.
You know?
It ain't showing.
Hey, this ain't the hood.
Yeah.
Hey, them
Especially
houses
out there.
Hey, you gotta work to pay for them houses.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna watch these.
For real.
Hey, listen, I'm trying
And
to.
they don't even lock their doors
I'm
in
trying
those
to tell you.
areas.
I'm trying to
You can
tell
go
you.
up in there.
They ride their little bicycle
It's
home and all
wild.
that shit. You feel me?
Take
for
me
real.
there. Because
I could roll
if
with
even if I was in them type of neighborhoods where you can leave your door, I will still be locking. I don't like. I don't even like my curtains open.
But see,
Yeah.
that's so. Look, Joe, that's something that we city people,
Yep.
right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We used to
Yeah.
that here. So peep
Yeah.
game. You know, we
Yeah.
went down to Arkansas to Little Rock. You know what I'm saying? To visit our homies for Halloween weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get there, they front door locked. You know what I'm saying? It's never locked. Like we pull up at like 4 a.m. because we drove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We call and they sleep. They like, oh, the front door was open. What you
Hey.
mean the front
Right.
door was open?
Right.
You feel me? Like real talk.
Did you open it because you knew I was close? Or
Right,
was it always
right.
open?
Like that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's like it's like they where they live at. It was
Yeah.
different. You feel
Yeah.
me? So it was like they weren't so pressed on it. Us, hey, lock
Yeah.
the front door,
Lock
back
that
door,
window.
windows,
Take the AC
all
out.
that. Real
Shut
shit.
it
I
down.
don't know if I can get
And
comfortable. I don't know if I
double-check
can
the
ever
locks.
get that comfortable.
Because you've been in that environment.
Right.
But if
How
you
you
grew up
condition.
out there,
Yep.
you would probably do the same thing.
think so?
Absolutely.
Leave the door unlocked.
Absolutely.
Hey, the door was unlocked. Nigga, I'm like, my whole suitcase in there. No, like mama should have done. My whole suitcase in
Look,
there.
but that whole door wide open, just the screen door closed.
Look, I'm talking about garage door open all
Yeah,
day.
right,
and shit.
yeah.
I'm like, I ain't gonna let it down, nigga. Like,
Uncle Larry got to come out there and
you
sit out there and
feel me?
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
like real shit.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of.
My garage door stay open. We go around the block. We'd be like, "Oh shit!
Right.
Everything's gone right."
Car insurance
And I live in a quiet area.
Yeah.
I'm in Cicero. But
You
see,
you forget to close that garage.
Yeah.
Like,
dog.
God damn it!
Like,
We
I
lost
gotta turn
everything.
around.
You feel me?
I gotta
whole
turn
life
around.
insurance.
Yeah, we definitely turning around.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit the block. I done went around the block just to make sure I hit the button. Come back, that bitch closed. All right. Hey, it is what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I know that's right.
You ever been in a situation where you felt like I can't help them?
I was gonna say no hope for them.
The petty people.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? All
I
right.
can. I was working with a couple. They were in their mid to late 50s.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so usually I would say that age range, they some tough nuts to crack. Like just, once you've gotten to a point where you're at that age, you've lived life, you've been married before or whatever, your kids are grown and stuff. You just really not trying to deal with nothing or nobody, which is interesting. So I'm like, so why did you get married though? If you still just like, I'm totally for my own thing, my independence. What made you join together? And a lot of times, a lot of people in that age range still have that conditioning of, I'm supposed to be a wife. Like, well, that's how the family did it, and I'm not supposed to be single, even though you don't even want to be bothered. But they still that conditioning again. And so a lot of times I would say that's tough. And so this one particular couple I was working with, what was tough about this is just as a woman, I can kind of like low key tell where she was lying about a lot of stuff, but it was intuitive. It was no proof. And so it was like a lot of times I'd be in the sessions and I just kind of look at her like,
That's some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, but I had to keep that professional stance. But her husband was really trying. It was like I could really see that his effort was like, okay, this is what she said she wanted me to do. Okay, so I did that. Why is this still not enough? And it almost seemed like she just kept coming up with something every
Moving the
single time.
goalposts is what we call that.
Definitely doing that. And I saw a lot of blaming him for stuff that I really think intuitively I felt like she was actually doing. So she accused him of cheating a couple of times, which he did. Like he admitted that. Like, and that's one thing I'll say about like the guys when I work with them. They like, look, I own that shit. Say like I did that, But like for her, she swear up and down like she didn't. But I just intuitively, I was like, I just feel like you're hiding something. Yeah. And it's hard to work with that because I'm looking at her and she's looking at me, and I know we speaking a language, that he ain't even, abreast of whatever's going on.
Is that why you think individual would help first? You did?
And she was originally doing that like a couple of sessions with someone, but she didn't keep it up.
Do you think some people in that age, is it because you said, why did you guys get married if you just wanted, for that matter, could it possibly be, I just don't want to die alone?
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Yep. And sometimes it's like, so after you've been married, and if you are married to someone, let's say this is your second or third marriage, it's going south. Sometimes people just cannot fathom starting over. They're like, I am too old. It's like, if we could just figure something out. They don't even really care. Sometimes some people don't even care if it's really like working. They just want to be able to stomach each other. And I'm like, see, I don't work with that. I work with people that legit want to be there. Like, like they may not know how, and there's frustration around it and anger and stuff like that, but you gotta want to be there though. Like, yeah.
Something you said earlier I want to speak to, because that's one of the things my husband and I did before we got married. My husband.
He heard what he said. He did.
But before we got married, love languages is something I introduced him to. And so we both read the book, took the test and things. And we found out what it was, what our love languages was. One of the struggles was, and what we realized, I was loving him from my love language, and he was loving me from his. Yeah. And once we realized that, it was hard to switch because your love language ain't mine.
Exactly.
And your love language may very well be at the bottom of mine.
Yeah.
So now it's hard trying to do it because I don't really care about that. So now I gotta find ways, and now it's like I feel like I'm faking it.
Yeah.
Because I really don't care. I'm doing it for you, but I don't really care.
No, I get it. And that's something too, like how you mentioned, like loving each other from your own love language. That typically is usually just not gonna work. Just being honest, because again, the person doesn't really care about that. And then they actually feel slighted because they're like, but that's not what I'm asking of you, and you keep doing something that I'm not asking. It's like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And so like I know for my husband and I, his is words of affirmation. When we were younger, it was physical touch, so it can evolve.
Because it changes.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like it can evolve. Mine has always pretty much been the same, quality time. And so affirming him, and it's not that there's no confidence there. It's not. It's like he just wants to hear from me that he is the man. You know, like all the time, all day, every day. You know, and that was hard for me.
I gotta give my boy a shout out, right, man?
Go ahead.
Shout out, bro. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? You did for sure. But keep going.
But yeah, like that was his thing, and for me, it was quality time. And so like. One thing I actually started doing was I started actually keeping a note like in my phone, almost like a reminder. And I was like, it may seem a little odd at first. I'm like, this is not really my thing. I don't, but I was like, and then I wanted to come off fake. Right. But if I put it in my calendar as something that just goes off like randomly, then it's not. It's like I'm not like forcing myself. It's just like a reminder, like, oh, it's something I could think of. And I actually used to keep like a list of different things that I really like about him. Like I think that he's bomb at, he do this, he do that. Like I had to literally like, because it's not that I didn't appreciate it at all. I mean, I thought about those things, but it's just not something that came naturally to me. I do it with kids all the time. Like that was no thing. Like, affirming kids, saying you're doing a good job or whatever. I used to think, why do grown people need that? But that's how my mind, right?
see, this that look, I see that look he was giving away. Like, babe, you know this.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need me to?
So, and I'm going to touch on that. As men, we know it, but do y'all?
Yeah.
If you're not saying it, are you recognizing it? Are you making sure we understand it? Because that makes us feel like, all right, I'm going to keep doing it. Because if you keep doing all this shit and it goes unrecognized, now you don't feel like seen or respected with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and if we're honest, like a lot of men, if we're really honest, men really don't hear a lot of great things about themselves. Like they just don't. Like it's not that they're not important or that you all don't contribute to things. It's just like everybody thinks that they're good, and so we hear it all the time from like our girlfriends, our mama, whatever, girl down the street,
you killing it, girl.
Yes, you killing it, feel like we do that naturally, and so we're constantly getting that, and we don't even know we're getting it because it's just so natural, for us. But they don't really hear that a lot, and it's like, also taking it back even further, it's like when you really have empathy for your partner, it makes you want to understand, like, where does that come from? And because I've known my husband since I was like 13 or 14 years old, like, I know where that comes from. And this is no slight, like you said, on like parents or like upbringing. It just is what it is. It's like there was certain areas it would have been nice, you know, if he had received that more, or, you know, whatever. He had to build that up on his own. But it's like, man, it'd be nice though if my wife, my life partner, had my back in that way to constantly just, you know, tell me I'm doing a good job. You know, I mean, everybody likes to know that they're doing something well and to be desired, you know, like in that way. So, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, she cooking.
You know what I mean?
Hey, have you ever had to give any family members any advice, like a session, not just at Thanksgiving or something like that, but like have anybody in your family had to book?
Yeah, a lot of times they do, but I do try to keep the lines, because I have to really be focused on like the boundaries. It's real easy for people, and they don't mean anything by it. They just want answers. Sometimes people are just like, I need some, Angie, like help us out, you know, whatever. But I just try to give them some very basic things that I just say to people generally, just something that they could take with them and be like, okay, I'm gonna just at least try to apply that, because a lot of times this stuff has layers. We would have to sit down for a while. I can't really like pinpoint until I know like the whole, you know, picture, the dynamic of it. So
yeah, see, that's dope, because see, for me, like, it's hard for me to want to get advice from some people, because knowing how deep I am in the game, you dig what I'm saying? So I feel like I need somebody that can get it. Don't come to me with your 3-4 years of experience, fam. We passed that. I'm 25 years deep. You dig what I'm saying? Like, what we talking about? You feel me? I need somebody that understands that sort of deal. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, we might be hollering at my homie here. I know you know. You feel me?
I get it.
It's a certain fraternity, if you will. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they have walked this walk, grown up together, gone through, you know, all that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna be hollering at you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm waiting on that book.
Talk about that.
We got a few books. So talk about those.
Yeah, this would be my third, but the first 2 books were actually fiction. So I write women's fiction, and I say women's fiction because I always have to put it in some category for marketing purposes. But
I tell you what I heard women's fiction is.
What is women's fiction? Women's fiction is like a Tyler Perry story or something?
No, it's more like a couple exes. Erotica.
Shades of Grey.
They like to call it erotica.
You like, how many shades? What is it? Shades of Grey?
I would say, women's fiction is more so based off the protagonist is a woman, and it's usually about her overall life journey. That's what women's fiction is. But I will say that my books do have an erotic undertone. Not like throughout the whole book.
They got them points when you got it.
Hey, give us some titles. What's the title?
The first one was called Discovering Lita. The main character's name was Lita. So she's going
Is that L-I-D-A?
L-I-T-A.
T-A.
Yeah. And so she's going through this whole like journey of me and my husband's life looks good on paper. Our relationship looks good on paper. But I'm not really fulfilled. I'm not happy. And I'm having a hard time really expressing that because he's technically checked off all of the boxes that I thought I wanted this many years ago. But now that I'm evolving, there's things that I need from him on a deeper level. And he's not getting it. So that's what Discovering Lita is about.
Okay.
And then she cheats.
Now see, I can't give it away. You know what I'm saying? I can't give it away. Like,
that's typical. It's typical. That is a typical story of a woman not getting what she wants, and she goes seek.
Maybe he cheats.
Hey, look. Check this out.
Wait. What was the next?
You gotta read it.
You gotta read the book. You gotta read the book. Check it out. But that makes me say this though. Like, people act like this shit, like men with cheating. Like, I mean, I just feel like from the beginning of time, it's been a thing for men to have multiple women. I'm not saying that it's okay. Listen,
she put that phone down like,
how did this go from it's accepted to now in this day is frowned upon?
Well,
crazy.
I think that it's a couple reasons why that. I think back in the day it wasn't necessarily accepted, but you also had to be in a position where that was something that you could handle.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nowadays we can't even have a motherfucking one income household because fucking everything expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
You handle more. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it goes with that. It also goes to something we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah.
Shit, when you got the money, it comes with certain things. Men that tend to have everything are going to require a lot more. Now, you willing to put yourself in those situations and those scenarios
Yeah.
to allow
as a
such
woman,
things.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's all everybody. It's why it's only a certain people in the top 1%,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's only certain motherfuckers that experience that kind of lifestyle. And if you can't handle it,
It's not for you, man.
Right.
you
It's
feel
what it
me?
is.
This is
Yeah.
not. It's not an even playing field when
Yeah.
you're fucking around up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an even playing field. You can't demand the same shit. You're not asking the billionaire nigga to take why he ain't take the garbage out.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Nah.
You feel me? It's
Nah.
just a different ball.
Like, I'll be like,
You
you love this bitch, you wake up.
feel me? Like,
You love that car you drive?
Like, and I'm not gonna speak on names, but I will say this: if you think you're gonna have an apartment in Manhattan, LA, and Miami,
I know who you talking about.
certain you feel me? Certain things come with that shit. You drive the Bentleys and this, that, and the other, and it's all because you're pretty. I mean, you know.
Is that accepted though? Like if you were, let's say you were married to a billionaire, are you accepting his extra ways that he might step. No,
That's
no,
what
listen.
right. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's hard. It's hard because you're not in that situation.
Yeah.
But could you ever imagine yourself being married to a billionaire and he step out and you just being like, okay, we're gonna work on this. And it's multiple times. Could you see yourself saying, I'm gonna stick it out?
Honestly, possibly. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Thank you.
Possibly.
See, I don't know if y'all remember all that. Never mind.
Nah.
Thank you.
Y'all laugh.
No,
What she say?
I said the last episode. I said that.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything in regards to that. But you got to be able to pay how you play. You can't sit up here and say you want me, her, and her just for sexual reasons, and you can barely take care of your damn self. That's not even the conversation we're about to have. Now, even on the
I'm
basic,
a
a billionaire, that's a different story. Maybe even not even a billionaire, I might not even play.
If
with
you
that,
ain't got
depending on
10,000 in the
how.
bank, you don't need to be cheating.
No,
You don't-
10,000 in the bank.
You don't need to be.
You can't afford it, sir.
Hey, look, you ain't got 10,000.
And that don't mean
you should
10,000.
You really, like I heard from man, what's that man name? Comedian. Oh my God, I can't believe I just drew a blank.
I can't.
Dave Chappelle.
Not
Pineapples.
that.
Pineapples. Ain't that the most pineapples?
This way you're supposed to hold up the moon.
TK Kirkland.
Oh,
TK Kirkland. Now he did say, and the only reason I think he says this because he's been successful at whatever he does.
What's the name? Broke his jaw. Oh, but keep going.
Was that
Was it Corey?
No. It
the
was
pimp
the short
dude from How
Short nigga, Scruncho.
Yeah, he was on How with
Scruncho.
But I think
the
Corey Holcomb
assistant
was
pimp.
dragging him.
The assistant,
Yeah.
the assistant pimp, right?
Shout out Corey Holcomb.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Shout
love
out
Corey
the
Holcomb.
homie M Dubs, Marvin Phillips,
Marvin
another
Phillips.
condor. You see what I did there too? You have my people.
These Commodores together.
Hey, listen.
Married to one.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like, it's
It's
crazy.
all around.
It's crazy. Commodores. But no, but he said that a man, young man shouldn't even be trying to start a relationship or talk to a woman without 10,000 in your bank account. I mean, that's kind of far fetched.
He's also like 65. Like, damn.
That's
nigga,
facts.
You feel me?
That
Like,
is so
that nigga is
facts.
old as
He
shit.
old and don't look it though.
Don't look at him. He died that motherfucking
Yeah, he
goatee.
got to.
That's a young
He is
old
that
nigga.
old, man. Because that
He dressed like me.
He was torn.
Right.
He was torn with
petty cap.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah, he was torn with NWA.
Yeah, he been around.
Yeah. He an OG in the
Yeah.
game. But like, do y'all believe that? Like,
Yeah.
a man shouldn't even be approaching a woman without, I guess, 10,000 in their bank account.
I think that's stupid.
I think it's stupid too.
Because my thing is, you don't want to grind and get all these things and have 10,000 or more in the bank and now that's why she like you.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? Because now it's gonna be
Exactly.
hard for you to find a real one.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
You think so?
Absolutely.
Listen. She don't gotta know you got 10,000 in the bank, but you be able to take care of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta reach in your pocket for anything.
If I waited till I had 10,000 in the bank, I wouldn't be married right now.
But
You know what I'm saying?
that's true. I'm
You
saying,
been
but
married how
look,
long now?
You feel me?
Yeah.
11 years
Yeah.
and been together
Yeah,
25.
Yeah. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those
Yeah.
situations where, bro, look, you want to find a woman that, like, is there for you.
Yeah.
Because y'all going to build and
Yes.
grow together. You know what I'm saying? That's one way for it. It's multiple ways for this shit to work. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you are let's say you haven't found that, you're 25, you just graduated from college, now you got your first real big job, now it's different. Now you're in a different scenario. But sometimes you don't choose when they come to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't,
Yeah.
shit, you just find out that, hey, we still here.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, damn, this still going, huh? Check us out.
I think
Look at God. Right? Won't he do it? You feel me?
today everybody is focused on money, right?
Mm.
Just
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Not just money though. You gotta focus on money because I tell my husband say all the time, babe, I'd be with you if we was living under the bridge in the shack, and I'd be like, no, you would be by yourself. In the sense of, but this is why
See?
I say it, right?
See?
No, but this is what I mean. Not if you just gonna say, babe, I'm just gonna fuck everything. I don't want to do nothing. We're not gonna do that. We got a house out here. We gonna work to keep what we have together. But in the sense of, I don't need this house. We can go live in the wilderness. No, we're not about to do that. We're not about to do that. However, it's not just in the sense of the money, but you also gotta love that person too. You also gotta, because he can have all the money in the world, but is he respectful to you? Does he take care of your emotional needs? Is he there to support you and the kids? All that money shit don't matter all the time.
But
However,
that is
we
personally
needed
all
to
this.
live. No, we needed to live. If you ain't, when I met him, let's be honest, he didn't have a whole lot of shit. I didn't have a lot either, but I had more than him. However, like I'm just saying, neither one of us was in a perfect position, right?
Yeah.
But however, that wasn't what kept me there all these years.
Exactly.
It was the love that he had for the kids. However, are we gonna be working towards a better life? Is what I'm saying. Not necessarily we gotta live lavish life in Hampton in the Hills and all of that. Can we at least be bare minimum? You know what I mean?
What's
That's
bare-
all
what's
I'm
bare
saying.
minimum?
We gotta have a place to live, a roof over our head. We living under the bridge.
But I mean, under the bridge is the roof.
Nah,
Look,
nah.
what
That ain't
he's
the roof,
saying
that's the
is
bridge.
the love is stronger than all of that.
And I do love him, and I do. But I would like for us to keep our house.
I get it.
I would like for us to keep our
Makes
house.
all the sense of the world.
Yeah.
And it depends on where you
you know.
are. You know, just
Yeah.
like
If,
in your
let's say
journey,
something
you know.
did happen, she'll be right there.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If something happens,
gonna be-
yes.
She ain't going nowhere.
Hey, something happened, they gonna be squatting in them houses she be selling until they sold.
Shut up.
You feel me?
Y'all,
I ain't lying.
but that's not
I ain't-
y'all. That's not what I'm saying. If something happens, I get the inevitable happens.
Yeah.
We could fall on hard times tomorrow.
Mhm.
In that instance, yes, we gonna stick this through. We gonna live on somebody's couch or whatever.
You know why?
Why?
Because that's
live.
forever.
Yeah, but
This is
but it was,
forever.
but it was
Come on,
that
Joe.
before.
But no, it's different now. It was that before,
It was that before.
but it's different.
It
now.
was that way before, and I feel like even with that, right? People be like, marriage changed things in the sense of dating somebody. Like if me and you just met hypothetically, right? We're not gonna automatically get into a relationship. We're gonna fill each other out.
Yeah.
I feel like when you decide to get into a relationship with somebody, it's because you can see a long-term future with that person. You should be working towards that anyway. And so that's what I mean by he'll agree. That's what I mean by it ain't just this ain't gonna change it because our mindset was already to be in this through and through.
Yeah, but it's different now.
We wasn't
I'm telling, I get it, but what I'm saying is, it's different now. Now it's a commitment to make sure it ain't no change.
Yeah.
Nah.
This it. Ain't no variables. This it.
This
So
is
we
it.
here for real. It's for real now.
Yeah.
Like yo, whatever it is, we gonna do it
We
together.
gotta
We
get
gonna
through
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit. You know, it's,
under that bridge.
it's a life now.
It's
You
a
feel
life
me? You
now.
feel me?
Yes.
You
Why
feel
do
me?
y'all keep doing this? It's so cold in here.
Yo, face it. Look at
Our
it.
guests ain't never happy when they
You gotta do like this. It's hot.
It's cold. It's hot.
It's too
Oh, so you being a realtor?
Realtor.
Realtor.
Yes.
I'm saying it wrong.
When people be
What
like
we say?
realtor.
How you say it? Tell me.
Realtor.
Realtor.
A realtor. Spell realtor.
REALTOR.
Where the A come in at the
don't
end.
know.
That's what I be trying to tell people.
Ain't no love. Look, my boy from Arkansas, and he say lawyer.
But see, they
I swear to God. Yeah, Troy, I'm talking about you, bro.
That's the accent.
Bro say lawyer.
Chicago, we got an accent too.
Lawyer.
We got an accent too.
Yeah, we definitely do.
We definitely got an accent. We got the best
where they
accent.
don't belong.
We got the best accent though.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it's the best city in the world. What you
Have you ever
expect?
had a situation where you almost was about to like close a deal and they backed out?
What? Yes.
And how did it make you feel?
First of all, it was a waste of time. Waste of our time, everybody's time. My
That's a
time,
lot of-
the
a lot
loan
goes
officer's
into that.
time. A lot does go into that. But it was a matter of, you know what? We just didn't want this, ma'am. Sir. We went through this. We looked at this. You gave them your earnest money. What you
Pay
mean?
money. You don't even get
Right?
that back,
I would
right?
rather you just say, you know what, something happened to the money, we can't afford it right now. We can figure out a way to manipulate it, not manipulate, but maneuver through
Put
it.
some time
How we
through,
can, you
yeah,
know,
all
wait a
that.
little time. You just don't want it. What? You know how many times I done drove out here to Olympia Field from the west side to show you this out
Right.
The money they didn't spent on, they did have to do
Yeah.
not the investigation.
The appraisal.
The appraisal.
$500.
You gotta stand out there all day with him while he
And
doing
and
this.
I don't have to, right? But I do.
Right.
Every client,
You know
I'm there for the inspection,
Yeah.
the final walkthroughs. I'm there for everything. In case my client got questions, I'm not gonna leave you there with the appraiser or the inspector, right? Because you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And if the inspector points something out, I don't want you to ask them. I'm your realtor. I'm helping you through this process. So I'm there every step of the way. This one lady, I was 6 times. I drove out to Olympia Fields, and I didn't say that just for nothing. I really live in Olympia Fields.
Yeah.
This is
That
the one.
came out of
This the
nowhere.
one.
Olympia
This the
Fields
one.
was
She
random.
Listen,
Yeah.
it wasn't random. It was real.
No, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was real because you
Yeah.
just ain't about to say
And what you
Olympia
mean you
Fields.
don't know? You don't want this? No, ma'am.
So what? I mean, like, okay,
I mean,
you saying no,
There's
ma'am?
nothing you can do though, right? Because you can't make them give their money.
Right.
You can't make them sign off on the paperwork
Right.
at closing. So you just got to be done. And so as a realtor, what I try to do, and you don't know, right? But what I try to do is make it a point to be very thorough. This is what it's going to take.
Yeah.
This is the money you're going to need up front. This is what you're going to need on the back end.
No
These are the places we
surprises.
can pull it from. 401k, gift funds, you know, obviously the money you have in your bank account. Is there anything that can stop you from making this process go through? Because I'm going to let it go through as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
What can stop you from letting this go through? And they be like, nothing. We good. And I'm constantly checking in, right? But it be those one-offs where they just
Estimate how many times that happened to you?
just twice.
Twice? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Just
It
twice.
is a big twice.
It's a big twice when you driving from the west side to
Right.
Olympia Fields.
Yeah.
It ain't just 159. This 200 and
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, not only
For
that,
real.
it's a lot. It's time, it's
Yeah.
work, it's effort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you
Yeah.
put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And it was very
And I
disrespectful.
got
Can they
another
call you to buy
question.
another house?
She can't even call me, and I was blind.
Damn.
No.
Yo, when and I just peeped out one of your recent videos, and I was feeling a certain type of way,
Okay.
you know, because Facts and Law didn't get a call for, you know, helping out the homeless. You got food set up. You had a whole caterer and like, yo,
I saw that. I did see that. I did
I
see
want to
that.
come scoop something, put it on a
Okay.
plate. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? And so we on record. So what y'all say? Don't backtrack.
Yeah.
Y'all heard what y'all said, right?
Yeah.
Now let me tell you.
I guess he speaks for both of us.
That was yeah. He
What she
was.
said? What she said?
That wasn't my event. The caterer was
Oh,
my
okay.
sister.
Okay.
And
All
she
right.
was invited, and I went to help her.
Okay, all right. Hey, I'm
But
gonna let you.
I did
I'm gonna let
tell
you slide.
Now, I mean, we could do our own.
I'm saying
Yeah,
I
we
would
don't
because
need
I
nobody
don't
to
listen. I can't speak for him, but I can speak for myself. I don't know what steps to take
Oh.
to do to get like
Get
any
it
type
going.
of event or you know what I mean.
And
Like
then, look, we right here. Y'all got how many followers? Post
yeah,
it
we
up.
do.
You know what? Today on this day, this many weeks or whatever
Yeah.
in advance, we doing a food drive. Between now and this time, if you want to donate,
Yeah.
here's the GoFundMe, Cash App, or whatever. Send the money if you want to help pass it out. That's how we can do it. And you promote it, advertise it. Whoever want to donate, I ain't going outside stepping cold to pass out food, but I will give funds to the situation. No, I'm saying some people will be like, I ain't doing that, but I will support it. I'll give
that.
food. I'll
Can we do it inside? No.
They will do that. But a lot of homeless shelters you can go to.
As a matter of fact, on Thanksgiving, I didn't go, but my daughter, my wife, and all my daughters, matter of fact, they all went and fed the I think it was not homeless, but necessarily, but at a battered women's shelter. You know what I'm saying? They did that. Wife made a big old bowl of chili. We was salty.
Nice.
I don't know.
Okay.
I ain't
You
going.
was salty because y'all
ain't
ain't eat none?
No, I was like, she made this big ass thing of chili, but they took it. You know what I'm saying? But she made chili a few nights later, so it was all good.
Cool.
It was all good.
Cool.
He
You know what I'm
said
saying? But yeah,
that food smell
Right,
good.
right.
Shout out. Don't even know what's going out the door.
real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I always want to do something like that. I just didn't know what steps I need to take, like book bag drives and toy drives and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like I honestly want me and Lola.
We're going to get out there.
Stuff
You know what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Facts and Law has
It's about time.
event coming. I'm going to keep it real, though. I want to make sure it's for Chicago citizens that are impoverished, not necessarily the migrants. I'm going to keep it real. I said what I said.
Yeah, I stand in
I said what I said.
I'm with you.
You feel me?
I'm with you.
You feel me? We got our people here in the city have enough issues without having individuals that are not American citizens come take resources that could be given to our own. You do what I'm saying?
It's a political move anyway.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, we were saying that Lori made it a
I don't
sanctuary city.
understand the political move because a lot of Chicago citizens ain't with that.
No, but it ain't for us to
It was
be with
before.
that.
It was before.
It ain't
This
for us
was
to be
years
with
ago.
that. Yeah.
Lori made this a
Okay.
sanctuary city.
Oh, okay.
So they can ship them up here. You know what I'm saying?
But what type of political move is that to benefit them?
At the time.
They don't, but it don't benefit the people. It benefits the politics of what's happening. I'm gonna see this video that I just saw, and it made sense to me. Chicago and New York are the two biggest cities where the migrants are coming.
Yeah, the sanctuary
But we
cities.
are also the most predominant black people in politics. So if you get these people in, get them citizenship, let them vote, tell them who to vote. 'cause
Now you
y'all
got even
speak
more
up.
votes.
Now you got more votes for the other side. Now it's not black. It's not filled with the black seats no more. And so now that unfolds a whole lot of things. Now they can do really what they want to do. So it'll unfold. And we'll watch it unfold.
Yeah.
But these people, I feel bad for them, right? I don't feel bad in what you're saying in regards to not wanting to provide the resources to them, but I feel bad for them because they were brought here and they were sold a lie. And now they're sleeping outside. They thinking they coming to a better situation, and they want to go back, and now they stuck.
Some of them want to. No, they ain't stuck. They can always go back.
How they gonna get there? They don't have no
buses,
money.
Them buses going back. Them buses.
No,
look,
seriously,
when they start
I
seeing
know
it
that
get
either.
cold, they was getting back on the buses like, no, we straight. I swear.
See, I didn't.
They must didn't know about all winter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, y'all gonna put them out there in tents. Like, all right, we'll see how long
and
that works.
barely,
You dig what I'm saying?
and then they
Y'all
was
can't
getting
even.
raped and molested at the police station.
Oh, they selling it.
Yeah, like
They selling it. They knife fighting. They like, look, I'm gonna keep it real. Take that back to Venezuela. At least it's warm down there.
right.
You feel me, Joe?
No
Like,
snow down there.
but who cares? That's somebody else's business. You feel me? I'm worried about me and mine and what we got going
That's
on.
right.
You dig what I'm
Yeah.
This
saying?
economy, that's the only way you can be is worry about yours.
You and yours.
Yeah, you and yours. Which
Because
is
you
crazy.
need 3 times what you was getting last year to make everything
real.
even out.
Yeah, and to that point, right, when people come to me, and I really hate it, right, as a realtor, when people come to me looking for help for rentals, I don't help with rentals because I can't help you. Then that's the truth, right? When you go, seriously, because when you go to look for a rental, they want you to make 3 times the rent amount. They want your credit score to be perfect or really, really close to perfect, right? Your background and all that stuff. When you go to buy a house, they ain't doing no background checks. They just want to make sure you don't owe the IRS. You ain't got a significant amount of debt. And you only need a 520 credit score. You gotta have an 800 to rent a 3-bedroom apartment for $2,500.
I was gonna say $1,200. What?
Yeah, that's
Hey, people was like right now.
$2,500. Like seriously, you be better off purchasing. You don't need that much credit. The only thing is people don't have a down payment for.
Yeah.
But now we
That's
got a
10%. What is
it? Well, it depends on what you're getting. If you're getting a single family home, it's 7. But if you going to purchase a multi,
Yeah, but 7% of 350,000.
yeah, but why you
What
need
about
that much house? I
multi-unit?
got a 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Might as well not even that much. Why you what you get?
Where at?
On the south side.
What about multi-units?
You see what I'm saying?
But they do have a zero
You
down
already
payment
knew.
program
It
right
was,
now, where they're
What's
assisting
the name
with
of
the
it?
zero
What's
down
the name of it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
What's
So it's
so-
ways, but the thing is, right, whereas you may not have to put anything down, but it's what's going to come on the back end. It's really how determined are you to get your house.
So, a million episodes ago, we had a gentleman on, and he talked about the NACA program.
Mm-hmm.
You know about
I
that?
do.
Do you recommend?
Depending on your credit score. Depending on your credit score and how much money you have. Because whereas the NACA and the IDA program, they do give you the funding for down payment. However, what is the return, right? Because some of those programs, if you get it right now, but let's say you want to sell your house in a couple of years, they advancing that money. They need it back right now. Right away, you want to sell it. Some of it can be, you ain't got to pay nothing, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay it back if you keep this for this many years. But if you decide to sell, they want their money back right now. And then also it's also an income thing. You got to be in a certain income bracket. One of my clients that I just closed the house on this summer, her and her fiance made enough money, right? They had the credit score, but they made too much, but they just didn't have the money saved.
Oh,
So you don't even
So they
qualify.
made too much money.
They made
on
too
the
much,
income,
but you don't qualify.
But you need an X amount of money to
You
put
can-
down. Cause
Right, but then if you don't make enough, you don't qualify either.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it could be beneficial if you are in those brackets where you don't make too little or not too much, and you maybe not have the right amount of credit. It can be beneficial, but again, are they gonna fast track it? Are you looking to move? You got to really take into consideration all of the things and the interest that they're gonna charge. Because some of these programs, it's like a double mortgage, right? It's like you got your mortgage bill. We're also charging you this percent for that program. Also, we're gonna give you the money. So again, it's really a matter of, and I'm about keeping it real, right? I don't want you to just go into a house like, oh yeah, this program, I'm gonna educate my people. Because when you decide you want this program, I'm gonna tell you, yes, you can get it. You may need very little money down. However, you're gonna owe this mortgage and that. And you got to make a very wise, intuitive decision on, is that what you want to do? Now, what I will tell people, right, for a lot of people who are concerned about interest rate, get it now, refinance. Refinance, because if you just want to buy a house, right, well, I'm going to wait till interest rates go down. And let's say hypothetically they go down later, right? Now you know how many people out in the market looking. Now you got to fight for that.
Yeah.
So when people say, what's the best time? The best time is when you're ready.
Damn.
The best time is when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll be waiting for something, and now it's a fight either way. It just depends on how you want to fight.
I like that knowledge.
Hey, look,
That's
right.
it.
I'm going. Look, I booked this show. Let's keep it real. I have to convince some people to get me to come through. I'm like, Joe,
Who you
got you.
You had to come
You know what I'm
in.
saying?
Don't point no elbow.
I'm like, Joe, we got to. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
What was your biggest
It's gonna
concern?
be cool.
I don't know. What was your biggest concern?
You know, we were talking about this briefly.
Yeah,
So sometimes, like, you know, when I get approached to be a guest on podcasts, you know, they're like, hey, Andrew, won't you come through? You know, this is what we're going to be talking about, whatever. These are the questions and different things like that. Everybody does it differently, you know, so, and I rock with it. So I flow with their platforms because it's based off of how they want to do it. But sometimes, you know, you get a few that, you know, they have no direction. They want to talk about a lot of things. And then I'm sitting there like, how did I end up? You know what I mean? So my main thing was just like, I just wanted to make sure that I really had something to contribute of substance. You know what I'm saying? And that I could speak on something I know, you know, and not be sitting here looking like, I can't, you know. It's not good for your reputation, you know, and your brand to just be out here talking. Because we see that a lot. Like, people do this all day long. Everybody got phones, and they just be spewing a lot of stuff. With no evidence, no research, no nothing, you know. So I didn't want to be in that position. So
Well, I'm glad you made it.
yes,
As I told you, we don't do things that way. We don't do topics. You know what I'm saying? We kind of just good energy and vibe off of what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad. I feel like we had a great time. What you think? You know what I'm saying?
I
loved it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You definitely gave me another perspective. But every time I come here, I get it. I love it because it's always another perspective, right? Mm-hmm. And not that, you know, you just dismissing it, but like, you know what, I didn't think about it like that. Because the one thing that I keep telling my people, right, the last thing we talked about when women say I'm stuck in my ways, like I've been this way for a long time, and I remember he said, but if you go to that job and they tell you these are their requirements, I bet you're going to change. Yes. And I was like, huh, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right. And so why don't we give that to our partners? And so I've been sharing, and how long it's been? I've been sharing that with everybody. When they be like, I can't, I'm like, no, because when you got that job,
But that goes, and look at her now too, though.
Right. So I guess I can thank y'all. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga's a wife now.
That goes
the right way.
That goes for men too.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
That's
it
anybody.
resonated with me at that point. I really had to take that. Like, you know what, you're right, because I was one of those people. Like, I've been independent for so long. You know, I want to do it. I don't want to wait for you to come to the car and get the groceries out. I'm going to just bring them. And it's like, no, sis, you can't do that. Because if that job tell you this your role, you try to do something else, you're going to get fired. And I don't want to get fired. He can't fire me now because y'all said it.
Gang. It's forever. That's forever now. You feel me?
It is forever.
You dig.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen, I super appreciate both of y'all. This is, look, I know we say it all the time. This has been one of my favorite episodes. You know what I'm saying? I know, but you know, it's just like when you build it, it's growing.
Whenever you get substance in an episode, it's always a good episode. You know what I'm saying? You got some people here that want to just sit here and be quiet, don't want to give no opinions on different topics. Why come?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy we had this episode. Terrific guest. You gonna come back again? Cause
you know y'all family. Y'all family. So y'all also listen. I'm gonna keep it real. My goal tonight was to bring on Angie, and I wanted a couple other married women on. Right? It was hard to find married women. And it was nuts because it's like, damn, it's like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? So
it's
next time we're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna have multiples. You dig what I'm saying? Because I wanna do this. My goal is to marry off as many of our people as we can. Keep building, keep grinding. I know I said it last time, and here we are. You did. But listen. Tell the people where to find you, what you got going on next, and all that good stuff.
Cool. So my website is angiedlee.com. So you can go on there and check out all of my products and services and things like that. So I have 2 books out now, 2 fiction books. You can find them on Amazon. So Something New is one of the names of the books. I think you asked.
That's Lita, right?
No, that's Discovering Lita.
Okay.
Is one of them. Okay. Something New is a little bit different. It's kind of based around a polyamorous relationship.
Oh, shit.
So that's kind of fun to write. So anyway,
I guess to hear that.
You feel me? You did.
And I have another book coming out next month called The Intimacy Guru, helping modern couples reignite passion, pleasure, and connection in their relationships. So that's a really cool, like, just how-tos. Okay. You know, tips, strategies. So if coaching...
How to what?
Like it's
don't mind me. Keep going.
But again, it's really cool because if coaching is not quite yet, you know, something that you feel like is accessible, you know, for you for whatever reason, whether it's your schedule, whether it's money, you know, let's just be honest. The book is definitely a good help to just get you at least started. So that's a big reason why I wrote that book too. And then I have like an online coaching program on my website as well. So if you just want to, you know, first you log in on there, just go on my website, and you can actually get that for free, which is nice because it has like 5 videos about reigniting intimacy. So that's really cool. Has some relationship talk cards on there too. So some cards that you can do with your partner and just kind of explore everything from emotional, physical, mental intimacy. So that's crazy. Really cool. So that's on my website. And then YouTube, Angie D. Lee. So if you go on YouTube, just type in Angie D. Lee and my videos will come up.
Cool.
Instagram and Facebook, Into Me See Coach. So IN the number 2.
Spell that. I'm gonna say
So IN the number 2 MESEECOACH, and that's on Facebook, and Instagram. And then one more thing, I do something called a VIP Intimacy Weekend, which is really, really nice. This is like if you're trying to take things to a whole other level.
Oh shit!
You trying to like go all out with your partner. You get a weekend in downtown Chicago, so which is nice. Okay. Chicago represents.
Best city in the world.
What?
Best city in the world.
What does that come with? Though?
Yes. So the Intimacy VIP Weekend is you get a weekend at a luxurious hotel in Chicago.
Okay.
You get a couples photo shoot. You get a couples massage. You get 3 hours of coaching with me, and you get a voucher, which is nice. You get a $250 voucher to spend however you want to spend in downtown Chicago, wherever you want to go while you're here for the weekend. If you're coming in from out of town or you live here. So that's really, really nice. I really push that because, you may not necessarily need regular coaching, but you just, want a little tune up. You want something to just, feel like y'all bringing the spark back, and it's just the two of you all. It's not a whole bunch of other couples. It's just catered to you all. So, so that's pretty much.
And this can be booked anytime
throughout the whole year.
And we can find this where?
On my website, angiedelay.com. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
dope,
for sure.
Dope.
For sure.
I like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's really, really fun. So,
Dang.
yeah, and we roll out the red carpet. I'm serious. From the time you get there to the time you leave, it's like
that's crazy.
Do we get a private DJ at some point?
No. I don't be doing that to you like that. Now you know the DJ on here.
All right, KT, tell them about you. Where can they find what you get going?
It's your girl KT, Katera the Realtor, KOTERA _ the Realtor, and also on my podcast / show.
Oh, check you out.
/ show. I'm no expert, but it is an underscore under each word, after each word. So I'm _no _expert, but
How they spell butt?
With 3 T's because the butt is big.
That's crazy.
That is my podcast show site. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook for both of those. Katera _ the Realtor, and then I'm no expert, but right now I'm just in school media. I'm working on building that radio, TV, broadcasting. I'm getting some more interviews and trainings in that aspect, so y'all gonna be able to see me a little bit more out here in the news on the Tizzle, because this face.
Balloons on the
Thank y'all so much.
You did. You don't.
Yes.
Listen, man. Like I said, I appreciate both of y'all coming through. This is one of my favorite episodes, and then y'all always know what I'm gonna say. Look, if you want to follow me, it's your boy Chicago Outlaw, the West Side Legend. CHICAGOUTLAW. The same O in Chicago is the same O in Outlaw. It's only one. And if you want to follow us, it's the Facts and Law Pod Show. It's a pod show, not a podcast. You need to see this fly. You did.
Yo, and if y'all want to follow me, y'all can follow me on Instagram. I am __ facts. That's IAM _ FACTS for all you guys.
You did.
Spell it.
Right. Hey, he almost said super facts.
You caught that? You caught that.
Hey, but I love it though. Listen.
Yeah,
Y'all know what time it is though.
And look, check this out, man. And if y'all love this episode, which I know y'all do, and did, please hit the subscribe, hit the share, comment on this joint. All the above, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna cost you nothing.
Yeah, it's free 99. And as always, we're gonna continue to build this thing brick by brick.
That organic
shit. And please, we don't pay for followers.
None of that.
All our followers are
shame
real.
on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Listen, build it organically, because that's what the people are going to see. And real talk, that's what's going to push what you got going forward. So just stick with it. Stay grinding. You know what I'm saying? And as we always say.
No, I'm sorry. I wanted to say this before. I haven't said this in a long time. Can we please give a shout out to our camera girl?
Oh, shout out Visuals by Zuria, the best in the business. Y'all know what time it is.
Yo, she's a big, major part of the team.
Hey, there is no team without Zuria.
Without her,
man.
So we want to shout her out because we haven't did it in a while. Y'all know what it is. Life is good.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace. You dig? I love it.